Good morning, everyone. Today is day 8 of the calendar. We are going to El Salvador. It's a bourbon and it's a natural. Finally, a natural. Okay, we have been brewed mainly washed, apart from a wet hull on the second day. Today we have a natural. Okay. Macadamia nuts, butterscotch, dried apricot. Okay, natural. Okay, for today's coffee, because we have a natural, so I want to use the Hario Mugen. Of course, you can use the classic V60, then we will talk about the difference in between the two brewers. But for this coffee today, I'm using the Mugen. But you can adjust it also for the classic V60. So yeah, I'm using the plastic Mugen. All right, so let me see the beans. Okay. Okay. Stick with 15 for now. Okay, number 8. Let's ground the coffee at 24. Let's do 24 because, okay, I say all the time, and you can also see everywhere. I mean, everywhere. I don't know if it's everywhere, but on the internet, the fact that washed coffee drain slower because they are more dense than natural coffee, meaning natural, they should drain faster, okay? So if they drain faster, you can grind a bit finer, okay? The DNA of the bean allow you to do that, okay? So what we're gonna do, but because I don't know if this coffee is going to drain fast because I never tasted, I will go 24, okay? And then we will see if we need to go finer. But let's start with 24 now. Okay, I did 24. Okay, let me ground the coffee and then we will talk about the method. All right, I have my coffee at 24 clicks with a Comandante, and someone yesterday commented on a video saying to show better the grind size so you can have a reference. And yeah, I think that's, let's see if in this way I can help you more to understand the grind size. Okay, let's put this on a tray. Okay. Hopefully like this so you can see better. Okay. Let's say it's a medium start to go into coarse. Okay, this is it depends, 24, 23, depending on the coffee. I have my starting clicks usually. So with a washed, I always go around 26, 28. With a natural, I start to go like 24, 23. I very rarely I go 20, 22, 20, going finer. I don't like to go too fine because I might get, channeling, more bypassing. So I always want to avoid that. Anyway, this is the grind size. Hopefully you can see better from here. Let me know in the comment section if it's better like this. We can stick like this every day. Okay, I keep the coffee here, it's fine. I can put in the dripper. In the dripper, I'm going to place the V60 paper. Okay. 60. 02. The V60 02 strictly produced in Japan, not in Netherlands. I don't think they are good filters, okay? Just to let you know. When you get the Hario 60 paper, make sure that are made in Japan and not Netherlands, because they don't work very well. All right, that's wet the paper. It's plastic, so I can use cold water, it's fine. Okay, what's the difference between the Mugen and the normal Hario 60? The Hario 60 is basically as the classic pattern. Wait, I have it. So, sure. Okay. So if you see here if you see here on the V60, we have the ridges here, they go down, and also at the bottom we have this gas, okay, these ridges. And these are very helpful for the airflow. So what we were talking about the last days, also airflow, increasing or decreasing airflow. When you use these kind of patterns of ridges, you increase the airflow because the paper doesn't go attach here where are the gaps on the board, so air is allowed to go up and the liquid go down, so to make it faster. And this is something that in the Mugen we don't have it. So the Mugen doesn't have any ridges. Also the bottom is I know I put the paper, I should have waited. Also on the bottom you can see is just round. There is no ridges. So the airflow is going to be, let's say, is reduced compared to the classic Hario B60, okay? So this what give us lower drainage, and also because there are no ridges here on the side, automatically is going to give us less bypassing. So we're going to extract, let's say, more from the coffee. Why is this dripper? Why I wanted to use Hario, like let's say Mugen, or even like V60. I would have used V60 as well if I didn't have this, because I want to do the 2 pours method. Some of you asked, you always do 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 pours. You never do like 1 blooming and 1 long pour? And say yes, but it depends about the coffee I'm brewing. I usually do that technique with natural coffee, like very natural, like a bit fermented natural or fermented coffee, anaerobic. These coffees are now very trendy in the market because they're very easy to extract, okay? So because they are easier to extract, I can use less pours, can do long pours, okay? But because I don't know if this coffee is going to drain fast or extract a lot, we will see. It's about testing, right? We're here to do that. So I put my 15 grams in the brewer. And let's start to do it. Okay, let's start with a classic, okay? 50 bloom and then 200 after. Keep the same ratio. Okay. As always, let's give it a swirl. I like it to make sure that everything is saturated well. It pushes also a bit the saturation when you swirl in a dripper, but you need to be very careful to don't be very aggressive, okay? It's very important. Okay, let's wait our 40 seconds and then gently we're going to pour 200. I think I put too much water in the kettle today. Doing long pour, automatically it reduces the chances of clogging, migration of fines in the paper, the thing that I was talking about when we were brewing with Carita, you know, because you basically apply less agitation at the end inside the brewer without reducing the refreshing of the water. Okay, we have our 250. Now what you can do is this, to level a bit the grounds, just a little swirl, but very gently. This is kind of like going to remove some of the grounds that stick on the side, so they're going to basically, how do you say, I lost this word. Okay, when all the grounds, they kind of like sit on the bottom in the coffee bed, so that the water is able to pass through almost all the grounds. Okay, so to have a good extraction. Okay, so as I said, this method is something that I usually use with natural coffee, fermented coffee, because if I do it with washed, probably I won't extract a lot. Okay, but we will see with this coffee as well, because there are some naturals that they act like washed, and there are also washed that act like natural, of course. Just for reference as well, like water temperature 90 degrees. When I brew washed, I never go over 90, okay, because they usually also extract easier, so I don't need a lot of temperature. Okay, so that's another way I start brewing natural. One thing that I wanted to say, it was about the recipe, right? You have a new coffee. I'm having new coffee every day, right? Now with this calendar. And you need to think about, okay, how do you start your recipe, right? There are so many variables that you need to control, and how do you start? That is something that I want to give you a tip that might be very useful to you, okay? And the tip is have some references that works for you, meaning that what I do, even in this series of calendar I do every day, I have a series of notebooks. Okay, I have a series of notebooks where I keep all my recipes. Okay, I sign everything. I suggest to have it as well, like this one. This one is the one I have for filter. It's new because the other one is full. I have 3 of them so far, where I sign all the recipes, everything I tried, everything I tested with different drippers, and this is only for pour over. Okay, and it's where then I'm going to sign the recipe once I finish this video. And this is important because it gives you a way to understand what works for you. Because if you see that out from, I don't know, the way you brew the coffee with the dripper that you use, out of 100 coffee, what's happening, Casey? Out of 100 coffee that you brewed, you achieve the best result with 90 degrees water, okay, for example. That's probably the water you need to start when you think about new coffee, because the statistics talk, you know. So that's our way, the way I decide. That's why I do all the time 15, 250 or 240. Okay, at the beginning, I never go away at the beginning when I try new coffee. Then, depending on the coffee, am I gonna pour more water or even less water? Okay, or I need to have higher level of coffee in the brewer, brew more, or if I need to do coffee for 2 people, all right? What's the starting point? We will see about that, because next week is going to be more exciting, but because I'm not going to be just home, so we're going to have a couple of guests in this series, but I'm not going to say anything now. Okay, so let's go back to the coffee. The aroma is really intense and is very sweet. I can even smell the butterscotch. It's very creamy. It's good. Finally, I mean, with all the respect of 19 grams, finally, but I can say finally a natural. I like washed, but when you have a good natural, it's so enjoyable. Okay, today, natural coffee, my favorite, let's say glass, the Sense glass. This has been my companion for the past 3 years of competition. In every competition I use this glass. It's so good. Okay. Okay, the coffee, I think it's it's already creamy. The mouthfeel is very good in this coffee. Mouthfeel usually natural, it's easier to extract because it's the nature of the bean, no? It's the nature of the coffee. Natural coffee develop more mouthfeel, okay? Has more body, more sweetness than a washed. So it's something that you need to expect from a natural. A natural that you need to be careful as well, like with the TDS, because if you have a high TDS, that might ruin the mouthfeel, the body of the coffee, because we will talk about this, no? High TDS, high intensity can bring also some astringency. So I think that is a very well extracted coffee. It's very good. It's very good. Very nutty. Yeah. Now that we were brewing for the past 7 days, washed mainly, apart from the wet hull from Indonesia, you can spot the natural. Say like, okay, this is a natural. So I'm happy. It's a good Sunday. It's a very good Sunday. The TDS, you can see, is 1.38. So we are there for the method we use. You know, if you think about this, you know, we were achieving the same TDS by doing more pours with the washed. Okay, maybe not the same grind size, but you know, having a finer grind size, reducing the pores, so you know, like you treat the extraction in a different way, and that's you know, you can find all the time the balance for every coffee. Casey, where do you want to go? No, outside is wet. It's raining. Come here to have a coffee. Yeah, she doesn't drink coffee. It's raining outside. Okay, so basically what I wanted to say is, you know, all the time find the balance in between these variables. I'm talking about this because what you saw for the first 8 days, right? And it's 1/3 of the calendar. We have so many things to do and to rediscover and go through. But one suggestion I always give is have a notebook, sign all the variables and start to stick with some variables, okay? Find a range of variables. It's good to experiment. Yes, I did it in the past and I'm still doing it now like crazy. But I always need to give a reason to make this experiment. I'm not just like winging it and doing random stuff, okay? But what I'm telling you is experiment, try to discover variables. What I usually used to do is, okay, I'm going to use this kind of ratio, this temperature for every single brew for a week, this same grind size, and I'm just like brewing every day, okay, with different pouring pattern, okay? When I think about, okay, this pouring pattern is on the average is the one that give me the best cup of coffee, I'm going to fix that variable and I'm going to change something else. So am I gonna use the same ratio, the same pattern, pouring pattern, the same grind size, and I'm changing the temperature. So every day I'm brewing with a different water temperature, and based on all the references that I have in my notebook from the past brews, I can say, okay, with this coffee, by changing the temperature in this way, makes it better or makes it worse, okay? Note it, okay? And also it's important to note what coffee you're brewing, okay? So the origin and the process. It's very important. Also, if you want to go, you can also if you have the information, you can see the producer who's producing this coffee, okay? Because it's very important to understand the way the producer also produce the coffee. So this is a tip that I want to give today, okay? It's a tip that I want to give you every day, okay? But I want to highlight, I want to focus on this today. So it's good to experiment, but try to fix some variables, because otherwise you're gonna get lost, okay? If you start to change and the ratio and the temperature, and then you don't have any reference, you don't have any notes that you took, you're gonna get lost. You never know where to start when you have a new coffee. So that is very important. If you don't do it, you think about, okay, that makes sense, I might need to do this, do it from today, okay? Get a notebook, get a pen, and start to write down what do you do, and comments, okay? You don't need to do like an experienced Q grader that knows about the tasting notes and stuff. Just mark down it's your experience with the coffee. Even like, it's good, it's not good, tastes better, it's not good, it's dry, it's sweet, I like it, I don't like it. And so you start to understand how to achieve the coffee that you like by changing one or two variables based on the way you brew, based on the brewer that you use. And yeah, that's my suggestion for today, apart from the recipes, okay? Now, if I wanted, for example, to extract more, what I could have done? I could have done or go finer. This coffee allows me to go finer, okay? So my one click finer, I wouldn't do 22, but one click finer. If you think about like, okay, I don't want to go finer because anyway, I don't want to risk to have channeling or clogging in the brewer, what I will do is to or do 40 grams bloom and then 210 grams pour, okay? Or I will do 50 grams bloom and then the 200 you split into, and then the 200 you split into pours. 100, let it drain, and then 100. And then you're gonna have more power of extraction of the water, so you're going to extract more out from the coffee, okay? That's it. That's all my suggestion for today. Now I'm going to enjoy this coffee. I wish you a very good Sunday. Rest. That's good. So you are full energy for the next week. I will see you tomorrow and with another coffee, another origin, and I wish you a very good day. Ciao.